What is up, people ages 12 through 15? Don't mind the formal attire I got on. I just have people over, so if you hear some commotion around, then you know exactly what's going on. So today I'm going to be telling you a little story, so go ahead and plop down on my lap around the campfire and have old Grandpappy tell you a story. So, this story takes place in 2023. Wasn't actually that long ago. It was just about in August. I was at school, and at the time, I had this person I was dating, and we were talking and we were like close to breaking up. I think it was the night before that we broke up. And she was telling me, "You're still suicidal, you're all this, you're that." And I told her, "No, I'm not." Because at first, when I was meeting her, like when I met her, I was. But at the time that she was talking to me and we broke up, I wasn't. I was completely A-OK. I was medicated and happy. So she was telling me all this, and I'm like, "No, I'm not. Like, get out of here." So I ended up blocking her and I forget about it the next day. I'm at school, go through all the periods. Now I'm at sixth period. I'm hanging out with one of my friends, talking to my buddy, just laugh and had a good old jolly time. And our assistant principal walks in, which he looks exactly like PC principal from South Park. So me and my buddy were just making jokes about it. We're like, ah, it's PC principal, aha. So then he comes up to me and he's like, I'm gonna need you to come with me. And I'm like, do you need me to bring my backpack? Because it was the end of the day and I didn't know if it was gonna be something short or it would take the entire period. So I went with him down the hall and we went to this little office. So when I was there, I ended up talking to him, and little did I know, he was squeezing out information that he really needed from me. Like, he was asking me, do you use Discord? And I'm like, yeah, I do. And he's like, what's your username? And I told him it, and he's like, oh, very cool. My wife uses that app, you know. So we talk, all that, and then the one thing that was really scaring me when I was in there is that there's a police officer. That shit had me shaking like I was having withdrawals. I actually was very scared in that moment because in any situation where there's a police officer, you will be shaking in your boots. You will be shitting your britches. I was in there and he was talking with me, and this other guy that was came in with the assistant principal walked in and he sat down in front of me. He pulled out a phone and he talked to me and introduced himself. And he said, "Is this you? Did you say this?" Now, at the time, here's a bit of context for the story. At the time, I'll take these pop rocks and I'd put them in this little paper stuff, and then I'd throw them and they'll explode. I'm like, ah, it's like a bomb. So I ended up calling them bombs. So I was talking to my ex, and I was like, oh, it's a bomb. Ha ha ha. Something bad happened with it. And what, if you're curious, what bad happened with it? The little rocks that are in the poppets are so sensitive to the point where if it like gets hit a little too hard, then it will explode all over me. And that's exactly what happened when I was taking out all the rocks. It just fucking popped it right in front of my face. So I told her about that, and he's showing me that screenshot of it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's my ex's username right there. So I saw it. I'm like, that bitch fucking bus drove me, and she did. I mean, she was an asshole for that. I don't know if it was her or her dad who did it, but they told me like, oh, two people reported it, something like that. And they asked me if they could search my bag, and I said no at first because, well, I watched enough TikTok that had to do with law to know that they can't search my bag without my consent. So I was like, ah, no, you can't. I was talking to them and like, well, we're gonna have to call your mom since she has to be here, see this. And I'm like, all right, then call her over. So she got there. She explained a bunch, and they were searching my bag when she was there. And I wasn't nervous at all. I knew I had nothing bad in the bag. So what they found was these graffiti books that I had of my drawings and stuff, and they were looking in it, and the assistant principal was like, "Huh, this stuff looks pretty good. I think you should have a mural." Wow. They're like, "Ah, this stuff looks pretty good. Maybe we could get you a mural." And I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, we should get you a mural." And they go ahead and fucking they get done searching my bag, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll get you a mural. We'll talk about it." So all ends well, and I go home, high and mighty, coming up on top every time. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire story. It's pretty interesting and something that happened to me recently, and I thought I'd make a good story for you guys to hear about. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and check out my Twitch to grow some hair on your balls and some hair on your chest to be a better man with extra testosterone, baby. Yeah, so go ahead and check out my Twitch at Waffle That Streams and check it out. I stream about 5 times a week, almost every day. I just stream whenever I feel like it. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video of this story time. So see ya.